cover, I think. It's for a 1984 Bronco. The guy bought it new. It's in pretty nice looking shape for one that's never been painted, never been done nothing with. He always keeps it inside. This is a tire cover that he had on it. It's probably been on there, who knows, maybe 20 some odd years. You see how it's all ate up. So we're not gonna make one like this. It's gonna have a string in it, but it's not gonna have the elastic in there. Seems like people will take one off really easy. So what we're gonna do is I got some several rolls of this tire cover material, and what I'm gonna do is we're gonna take and cut this out. I'm gonna show you how to cut it out. I'm gonna show you how to put the lettering on it. It's gonna be what I think pretty nice. So I think he'll be pleased with it. So the first thing that we got to do is measure the tire, like the edge of the tire, going around the edge of the tire to see how wide it is, to see how long it is around the tire. And this one right here is about 96 inches. The tire is 28 inches across it. And raise this up just a little bit so you might can see more of what I'm doing. Okay, the tire is 28 inches across it. The tire is, it's going to take 12 inches to go across the tire. It's not a real big tire. He hadn't put real big tires on this. So what I done was I took a string, this string right here, and I just put a loop in it right here. I marked it and I put a loop in it, and you can see the string on this ruler is 14 inches right here. You know, half of 14 is 28. I mean, half of 28 is 14. So that's what you got to do, is find the center of your mark to where you can make your circle. And I'm going to show you here how to make the circle. I'm not going to draw on the face of the material. I'm just going to draw on the back. So we know we need at least 28 right here. So turn that right there off. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to draw our circle. So we got this right here. I usually use a pin or an awl or something like that to put in the center, just to hold it, not to stick a hole in it, but just to hold it in place. All right, this ain't nothing but a Sharpie right here. Hopefully it's got enough, this one probably does, it looks newer. Okay, so I'll take this Sharpie and I'm gonna come right here and draw, find out about where I'm at. So I don't go over the edge. Okay. All right, so we got it right here. We're going to draw us a circle. Okay, so that's our circle right there for the tire cover. I'm going to take and cut this circle right here out. going to fold it to get our halfway mark because we're going to need to know where halfway is on it. So I'm going to take it just like this, fold it over. That way we can find our halfway mark, and I'm going to cut a little notch out of it just so I know where it's at. Okay, so we got our notch cut out. Put us a line on it. A line, there we go. We need to know where that halfway mark is, where I can put my lettering on there. And I'll get my chalk and put it on the front side. All right, I don't want to go all the way across. Maybe right along here, right along here, just where I see where it's at. I hope you can see the marks that I'm putting on there. All right, anyway, I put the marks on here. That way I can line this. This is called a reverse. This is called a reverse sticker. I have those made when I'm doing a Honda four-wheeler or something like that. That's what I do, is I have them made, and I'm gonna come right here and try to give myself a little bit of, you really want this on there straight, so I can come down here like this and draw me a line. And that's gonna keep me more straight. Alright, so what I do is I take and peel this right here off. Like I said, it's a reverse sticker. It's not going to be a vinyl. If I hadn't reversed it, it would have been a vinyl sticker. If I can get this opened up. Very good. All right, you just take and peel this off, just like this. All right. You don't ever want that to stick back together, because if it does, you kind of screwed. All right, we're gonna put it right here. Okay, that's the way this goes on. And then we take and pull the tape off, and the vinyl sticks onto the cover, just like that. Okay, so you see we got Bronco on here. I got it lined up really good. A vinyl sticker won't stick on it. It don't seem like it wants to stick on there real good. This blue plastic that I use is sticky. It's sticky. So I'm gonna take this right here, and I'm gonna stick it to cover it. Slice like this right here. And that's gonna keep the dye off of my vinyl. Cause I don't want no white specks or nothing like that on there. Cause I'm gonna dye it white. I called him and asked him, did he want it gray? Or did he want it white? And he told me it came from the factory white. So that's the way he wanted it. I can't blame him. I remember those trucks in '84. They was pretty nice. I bought one in 1986, and on the way home, my daughter was, at that time, was teething, and she bit my door panel, and it took the paint right off. So that's a long time ago. Seems like. Alright, so there we go. We got the plastic down. It don't look that great, but it don't have to because I'm going to pull it right back off. All I want is it not to get on my black panel. Alright, I'm just going to take, that is regular Sim dye. It's sailcloth white, so it's, I don't know if it's as white as that cap, but it's pretty white. That way, this right here won't peel off. And when you spray these stickers like this right here, or this vinyl, you don't want to spray it heavy. You want to kind of mist it on there. Because if you spray it heavy, it will it'll lift up around the edge and won't put a crisp line on it. So you just kind of mist it like this. And you just let that dry for a minute. It don't take long. Sim dye must have a lot of something that evaporates out, because it dries pretty quick. And that's the way that I do it, is I just spray it lightly and let it sit for just a little bit. Okay, so that's light. And once we get the whole thing sprayed, I've got the edges and the edge on it, and I've got some different pieces that I went ahead on and cut. The boxing that goes around, I call it the boxing that goes around the tread part of the tire, is 12 inches. I gave myself that much because it's going to take a ½ inch to sew it. Just say a ½ inch. So it's going to take a ½ inch to sew it. And I'm probably going to put about maybe 1.5 inches loop in it. And I'm going to put that loop to where I can put my string in it. And I do have some string. I'll go ahead and get that while that's drying. All right, this is a nylon cord. It's fluorescent, but I don't really care about the color. I bought a bunch of this and I got it kind of at a deal. So, but it's really, really strong, and water don't hurt it. And that's the main thing, is that water don't hurt it. So I'll take this right here, and I'll take these. It's going to take roughly about 90 or 100 inches or something like that to go around this tire. So the main thing is that you don't put a cord in there that's going to rot. So believe me, it's going to sit back there in the weather. And whenever you get a nylon cord like this, it's always best to take a lighter and just singe the edge of it like this right here. That way, it's not going to unravel. Now, I don't know for sure if that's going to be the length, so I may have to cut it again. But I'm just showing you that it's always best to singe that in so it don't. Spray that thing one more time. You see it's getting a little bit wider. And the edges ain't lifting up. So that's important because that glue on that vinyl is not real. It's not as strong as you think it would be. Anything with a solvent or a thinner, which you know this paint has got a pretty good bit of thinner in it, so it'll thin the glue on that sticker and make it come up, and it's not going to have no crisp edges. The paint will actually go up under the edge a little bit. Okay, after that sits for just a minute, it should dry right on down. And once it does, I'll put another coat on it. I'm gonna add a little bit of heat to it. If we were outside, this right here would I wouldn't be able to spray it quick enough. It would be drying in the sun. Because Sim dye, it dries a lot quicker than some of these other brands. I used to be a Sim dye mixer. I had a lot of, I mixed Sim dye, learned how to tint it real good and all kind of things. But the company that we order from, it left this area, so I think the stuff's done tripled now in price. So we buy these cheapo cans that ain't nothing like the spray-on product. I just want it where that black will be covered and it's going to be white, and you'll be able to look at it and tell, hey, you can't see through it. I can look at this vinyl and tell that this Sim dye is swelling it just a little bit. I'm hoping it's going to lay back down a little bit, but I want to heat it up. Have to hold that gun about 2 foot away because this ain't a hair dryer. This is a heat gun, so it gets really hot. Normally I just spray it and walk off, but you know I'm doing a video, so I'm trying to speed up the process a little bit. The guy charged me 25 bucks to make this reverse sticker. So I thought that was a fairly good price. I didn't think I could draw it, so it's best to get somebody that's good at what they do to do it. Alright, so that's it. All we got to do is just pull that main sticker off now. We got all the surrounding part off of it. I think I better wait, y'all. Wait until it cools down just a little bit, or heats up, or dries. That didn't look real promising right there. I don't want to mess it up. It does. It looks like it could do some peeling, you know, before it dries. Yeah, it's gonna have to dry. There ain't no doubt about that. If I don't let it dry, it's gonna be a mess. So what I'm gonna do is while it's drying, and instead of me having to pull that off and it mess up my sticker, I'm just gonna let it dry for a minute, and I'm gonna sew this other stuff on it. So I'm gonna let my camera down, and we'll go over there to the other sewing machine. All right, just like that. Maybe you can see better just like this. I got this piece right here. I'm gonna put this welt cord around it. That's what they call original welt. It's already made up. I don't have to sew that piece. So I'm gonna take it and go around the edge of this seat cover right here. I mean, not seat cover, tire cover. I always take the edge like this right here. I'll show you this. Take the edge of this. That's just a piece of vinyl to match. And I'm gonna take and cut it at an angle like this. All right, and the reason I cut it at that angle is to where to close up the gap whenever I sew that welt cord in. Okay, so it's all cut at an angle. You can tell it's sharp on the edge right here. And I'll show you the reason I've done that. All right, so that's the bottom right here. I don't want the seam at the top. I want to put it at the bottom. So here's the bottom. Just like that. Don't look like I put any thread in here, but it won't take but a second. All right, so we got some thread in there. Like I said, I'll take and put this welt cord in here. I thought y'all could see me sewing this up. But all right, I want it all the way to the edge, so just like that, where to meet up. Sew it all the way across, come back, fold this right here hard. You might have to pull it kind of hard to get that edge right there to close up. Alright. And that right there is what I wanted it to do. You see how you can't see in the edge right here? It closed that edge up. It closed the seam up. That's what you do. Alright, so now I'll start right here at this seam and go around. And I'm just going to put this piece right here to close up that gap at the bottom of the tire. Nope, that piece goes on last. I'm gonna go around this tire and find out exactly about how far I got to go. That way, whenever I sew this together, it'll be the right length. I know I cut it long. Alright, so I'm going to come right here and I'm just going to cut this off right there. Alright, I'm going to put my string in here. Maybe tie me a couple of knots in it so it don't pull back through. That would be pretty bad. Like I told you, I'm going to put about 1.5 inches right here on the loop. Like that. Just so I can easily pull it tight. I may take and put a couple of runs down through here, just so it'll be a little stronger, because it's this cover right here is going to be pulled pretty tight. All right, I'm gonna put one more line right beside it, just so it'll give it a little bit more strength. My goodness. Don't tell me I run out on the bobbin. Hey, it happens. I bought thousands of these big bobbins like this right here. It's like a big bobbin, so it won't fit in my sewing machine, but I take these bobbins and I rewind them onto my bobbin. And I made a little holder to put this thing on to where I can do that. Fortunately, it don't take too long to wind it on. See, that was pretty quick. There's not enough thread on that big bobbin to wind up, but like one bobbin of mine and then maybe a half a bobbin of mine. So that might have been what was on there, was that half a bobbin. All right, here we go. Start all over again. All right, so here we go. Oh Lord, what is going on? if you don't know how to work on a sewing machine, you probably learn if you had to do it a long time. Alright, so we got that much right there done. So we got our string in here. We okay, we got our string in here. Now it's time to sew. This is what I call the boxing right here. So I'm gonna take this part and sew it onto the tire cover. So I'm the cameraman, the sewer, and everything. These edges right here needs to be hemmed like this. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to take this right here. Start on this edge. Go right around, right here. That looks about right. Alright, so we got that sewed up. Just like that, we got plenty of string. Now this part is the part of pulling this sticker off, and that feels like it's half dry. Let me bring y'all in here where y'all can see me. See what's happening. Watch me screw this up. Alright, so I got the I'm telling you, this could Lord have mercy. He might just have a tire cover that says something else on it. It might not. I'm gonna say pull away from the letters. Don't pull it toward the letters, pull it away. Because as I'm pulling it, just pulling it off, it don't look like, you know, like you're pulling it toward the letters. It's wanting to peel the letters. So pull it away. Like this, away. Oh man. This is gonna take a paintbrush to touch this up. Hey y'all, let it sit a few hours. It will work. I mean, you just might have to let it sit a few hours. But I do have a brush that I like, a real fine point brush. I can go back and kind of touch that up. Spray some in a little bowl or something and touch it up. But that's what it's supposed to look like when it's done. And it, I mean, you see right in here, I can tell right where it was. So I'm gonna go back and just take my brush, a little fine point brush, and just dot it in there, round it right back out. It might take me 3 or 4 attempts, but it'll probably look pretty good once it's all done. But this is what the tire cover is going to look like. All right, so I usually don't rush to paint. You know, sometimes you can't rush. There's certain things you can't rush, and paint drying is one of them. Oh, you painters probably know that. You know, I just wanted to do the video, and that's the reason that I put the Bronco on it, was to show you that it can be done. The sticker will not stick. You put a sticker on there, it's gonna stay a little while, and then it's gonna start peeling off. If you paint them on there, like they do the Honda wrote on the back of a Honda seat is painted on there. And a lot of the stuff is painted on there. A lot of Sea-Doo stuff is painted. A lot of people think it's a sticker, but it's not. It is painted. Like this right here. That's not a sticker, it's paint. It'll stay on there. But if you pull the sticker off too quick, you're gonna find out that it won't stay. It'll peel the edges up, and that's just what I didn't want it to do. That's the reason I painted it slow, where it would have that crisp line right here. Now, if I'd have just waited a few hours and pulled that sticker off, it wouldn't have come off. So, there you have it. That's the way you make a Bronco cover, or any tire cover. Whenever I pull the string tied, it's gonna pull this right here down around the back edge, like this one right here. This one had a, you see how it pulled it around there? That had a piece of elastic in it. The reason I didn't put the elastic in it and I put that nylon cord in there is people's bad about walking up and snatching somebody's cover off, and they'll take it, and you won't have no cover no more. They'll be riding around with your tire cover. So I put this nylon strap in there, at least if they didn't know. You know, people do that real quick, so if they don't know that they got to untie it, they can struggle to get it off, or either tear it up trying to get it off, and then they won't even want it. But if you like the videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. My nephew, Danny S. Hodges, he's got some videos. He's the one that actually got me to doing videos, and I thank him for it. And I'm going to continue to do them as long as my fan base keeps growing. And I've been doing this a long time. I can probably show you a lot of different tips on how to do different types of upholstery work. I'll see you next time. Thanks.